So while other girls were playing with dolls and in dresses, I don't even think I owned a dress until later on. I typically don't wear them now either, but I would play tackle football and I'd work on cars. And when I was 15, I bought my first car. I started racing when I was 16. And my father owned a brake remanufacturing company, which brought us to Buffalo, which is where the plant still exists. And I was the first person to design and develop a drum-to-disc brake conversion kit. And in a nutshell, older cars came with drum brakes. They were horrible, they were unsafe. If it rained, you'd skate through an intersection. But I had a lot of people asking for that, and I was selling brake components, and I thought, I could make that. I was a junior in high school. Who would have thought? I came up with a solution, first person to do it. I submitted all my paperwork to the Society of Automotive Engineers, known as SAE, and they accepted me. But they never realized I did not have an engineering degree. And I don't have an engineering degree. I have engineering classes, I have engineering experience, but I have a marketing and business degree with an economics background. And that led me to selling a lot of them, which is now a mainstay. I beat Ford to the market with a rear disc kit for the late model Mustangs, and it just started evolving. But during that time, I was asked to be on Motor Week, and this is like a long time ago, 1986, which is a public television show, and it's still on. And I went on to talk about brakes, and they said, you know, this is really cool. How often do girls come on and talk about brakes? And passionately. And my passion has taken me a lot of places. I became a dealer trainer because of that, where we train the dealers on the new cars. And then I'd start working with what they call the F&I guys, the finance and insurance people. Those are the ones that close the deal with you. But on the other side, I started working with the automotive aftermarket. And when the Be Car Care Wear campaign came out about 14 years ago, I was asked to be their spokesperson. Because I worked on my own cars. I married to a guy who I taught how to race cars. We named our daughter Shelby after the car designer. My son races go-karts. And so the whole family was into cars and racing, and it just sort of was a natural progression. I got an opportunity to be on CNN when the Ford Explorer had their problem with the tires going flat and people were getting hurt. Well, they wanted a woman. And I was the only one doing this. So I thought this was like the coolest thing under the sun. So that all led to Oprah and Fox News when it came on air, and CNBC, and I had my own show on the DIY network and Newsmax, and I still work with the Weather Channel, Inside Edition, CNN International. I'm on USA Radio Daybreak. So I've got multiple outlets, and we just got picked up my His Turn, Her Turn car review show with a co-host of mine out of Chicago, a gentleman, and that's being picked up by ABC. So who knew where the path would go?